が見ている拍手
My name is Taguhi.
Hello, nice to meet you. My hands are kind of wet.
Yeah, it's okay. Nice to meet you too. Taguhi means queen in Armenian. Very Armenian traditional name.
Oh, wow.
And yours is not Japanese, I guess, just John.
Mine is just John.
Just John. Cool. So John, I'm here today to do two things.
Okay.
Learn how to make sushi and learn some Japanese if it's possible.
Awesome.
So how do we start? Let's say hello. How do we say hello, in
Hello
Japan?
is irashaimase. Irashaimase.
Irashaimase. Okay,
Yes.
and thank you is arigato.
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 Domo arigato.
Arigato, ashaimase, and arigato. Okay, two words I know already.
All
Let's
right.
start.
All right, so why don't we start with the most basic rolls that is most popular, called the California roll.
Right.
I'm gonna take a piece of seaweed.
Is California roll actually a traditional Japanese roll, or it's been
not.
created in California?
It's been created in California, and that's why they call it the California roll, because it uses avocado inside. And for people who are first starting to eat sushi, they can't really dive into all of the raw stuff.
Yeah.
So this is cooked crab. It's avocado, cucumber.
Safe to start.
Safe to start.
But
very
Japanese
fresh.
people don't eat California much,
Sometimes
right?
they do, actually. Now it's kind of started to catch on. So
Yeah, okay.
we're gonna go to the rice
Sure.
here.
Okay, the rice. Rice part is always interesting for me.
The rice
So
part.
I know that it takes some skills to make perfect rice.
Of course,
For the
it's
sushi.
it's a very fine art. It's a craft, and you know the rice will make the difference between excellent sushi and just good sushi. So you know the recipe is a secret, so I cannot tell you. But you know it does involve things like vinegar, sea salt, sugar, and it all goes into the actual preparation and cooking processes to be able to come together and make the best consistency, which is, you know, sticky, as we call it, sticky rice. This is a short grain Asian rice, and you know it is marinated, so for the right flavor, the right temperature, the right consistency,
So
to be able to.
temperature matters too.
Exactly. Yes. This
And
is.
why do you dip your hands in the water? Is it just water, or there is vinegar
It's
in it?
just water.
Just water.
We dip our hands in water so that the rice doesn't stick.
Okay, got it.
Because it has a lot of, you know, it is sticky.
Yes, it
so.
is sticky. What is the
So.
ideal temperature that you should serve the rice?
Well, we try to serve the rice at between about 98 to 102 degrees.
Oh.
A lot of places like to use cold rice, but I see that if you use cold rice, that it clumps and it becomes a little bit too hard.
Yes.
So in order for you to enjoy the sushi where the
so
rice
agree with
actually
you. Has
falls
to be a
apart
little
in your mouth, you know, it has to come a little bit, you know, higher than 98 degrees. We like to serve it.
So we start with the rice, okay.
We're gonna
How
come
much do
in.
you take? Like one hand?
Just about a little handful, about the size of your palm.
Okay.
We're gonna go over here to the seaweed. We're gonna start at the top left corner, and I'm going to use my left hand to actually put the rice down and my right hand to guide it.
Okay.
So we'll put it across the top this way, and then I will come from the left and actually bring the rice down to cover the entire sheet of seaweed. It's very important that you cover all the way to the bottom and all the way to the top, because we all hate when sushi rolls fall apart.
Exactly.
So we need to make sure that we have good coverage, and we flip.
You make it look so easy, but I tried making sushi at home. And it tasted okay, but it looked horrible.
You know, it's very surprising. You know, it's much harder than it looks. So you know, it definitely takes a little bit of time to get into the groove and you know learn certain secrets and how to use your hands to be able to create you know sushi that also looks good. Because you know the ingredients will make it taste good, but you know presentation is very very
big
important.
part of sushi culture.
Huge
I believe.
part. So we're gonna take a half of an avocado here. We're gonna take about 1/4 inch slices,
Okay.
and we're gonna make sure that we go from one edge to the other.
Do you think I can make this at home?
Of
The way
course,
you're doing?
of course.
I believe it would be not that perfect, but nothing that I cannot do, right?
Exactly. This is something that anybody can make at home. You can find crab meat and avocados and cucumber at any grocery store.
Yeah.
The only thing is the rice.
Yeah, that's what I wanted
to be able
say.
to make the perfect rice, you know, it does take a little bit of, you know, effort
Yes.
and knowledge. But if you want just a basic roll at home, of course, you can definitely make it. So
something.
we are going to go back here.
What do you have here?
And this is crab.
This is crab.
This is crab meat.
This is eel. I recognize eel.
Eel. This is spicy tuna.
Nice.
This is what we call our house mix, which is a mixture of crab, spicy tuna, and various fish that's mixed together.
This is your specific.
This is our
signature.
specific signature mix.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, and this is basically, you know, we'll replace this maybe 3 or 4 times a day. You know, it's
to
where
keep it very fresh.
exactly we use only, you know, we put only out as much as we're going to use.
Yeah, I can see everything is so fresh and clean and
Thank
nice.
you
The
very
avocados,
much.
everything.
And so we're going to grab a handful of this crab meat, just about half of what we got for the rice.
Okay.
And we're going to create the stuffing. So same concept with the rice. We're going to lay the crab from the left.
So you're putting in with second
Exactly.
hand.
To the right. And we're going to make sure that the right hand guides and the left hand puts it down. So that it's nice and neat from edge to edge.
Very nice.
Now, the very last ingredient for this very simple, delicious California roll is going to be a couple of slices of cucumber. Now, the cucumber doesn't really have too much flavor, but it gives something to bite into.
Yes.
So it's nice texture.
For the texture, for sure.
Exactly. So we're
Cucumber
going to
is
lay the
nice.
cucumbers here, and we're going to roll it.
Ah, that's the most important part.
Exactly. So when you roll it, what I like to do is I like to go the opposite of when you lay the rice. From the bottom right, flipping up at an angle towards the left. So you flip up, bring it down, give it a nice fold from the right to the left, and once you get halfway there, just going to finish it by rolling it over. To finish it off, we've got what we called rice roller.
Rice roller, okay.
Okay, and this is actually covered in saran wrap so that the ingredients don't stick to it. And this is going to go to give it the shape. You're going to grab it in a round shape while you hold the ingredients in
You
from
press it
each side.
like, really hard or just
It's,
slightly?
you know, slightly. If you press it too hard, it'll get very...
Oh, that looks nice already.
and you grab this side as well with the ingredients, and there you go.
Oh,
The
wow.
roll is done.
Oh, my God.
So, gonna take one of our very
yeah,
sharp...
I wanted to ask you about this sharp. It looks like a samurai blade. Is it,
A lot
is
of
it
the
very
times,
sharp?
you know, there are many, many different types of knives that chefs use, and it just depends on your style. This is usually a vegetable knife, but it's actually been sharpened in a way so that it's, you know, good for cutting sashimi and raw fish. Now, each chef kind of has their own way of sharpening their knives. They, you know, have different lengths, weights, and handles that they're used to. So, you know, it just kind of depends on, you know, the chef. But, you know, we don't have any honyakis in here. The honyakis are blue steel Japanese knives.
Yes.
They're considered to be the top of the line. They go anywhere from $3,000 to sometimes even $7,000 or $8,000
Oh, wow.
for a knife. Yes. But, you know, these are probably, you know, in the hundreds of dollars. They're very good quality. So we're going
it's time
to
to
dip
cut.
the knife in a little bit of water so that we wet the blade so that it doesn't stick to the rice. Okay, and the California roll is cut in 6 pieces. We're going to go from the center down. And then we're going to flip one side to the other. And because it's 6 pieces, we need to cut this into 3. So we'll make another cut here. And one more cut here. So the presentation is very important, and this also falls on the shoulders of your particular chef. If they want to use a round plate, they can use a round plate. If you want to use a square plate, you can use a square plate. But as long as it comes out looking beautiful. So I would like to use a round plate for this particular roll. And we'll use a couple of garnishment leaves here. And this is what we call... This is radish. This is Japanese radish.
Oh, this is interesting.
Japanese white radish, and it is actually put into a cutting machine that cuts it out to this beautiful consistency. Everything you want to look like it's alive. And
but it's just fresh, right? Nothing, no seasoning, no marination, nothing.
It's just fresh. And, you know, like the presentation
parsley?
is... Yes.
Italian parsley. Nice. I think the aesthetic part of it is very important when you're having sushi.
We do have basic guidelines because each Japanese restaurant wants to have its, you know, signature, you know, types of presentation and recipes. But for me, I'd like to finish off the roll.
Am I on your way?
No, not at all. With a few sesame seeds.
Ooh, you make perfect sushi, John. Now I want to eat it.
Thank you very much.
You're going to teach me how to eat it right too, because
definitely.
There are things about soy sauce, about sashimi, about the order of things you should take, and let's say miso soup and ginger. You have to teach me about all those things.
Definitely.
Very, very nice.
For sushi, it's very specific to each type of fish, very specific to each type of roll and sushi, each type of knife. So it's a very custom experience to learn. You have to learn everything so that, you know, it's comfortable for you and so that you make the best product. I would say the very, very least benchmark would be about 5 years of experience in order to be considered, you know, an experienced chef, and you know, about 10 to 15 years to be considered, you know, an expert. I actually started the trade when I was 15, and I've been doing, you know, sushi and Japanese food for about 14 years. What makes a sushi chef a great chef is, you know, his intuition, his ability to, you know, cut with or against the grain of some sort of fish, to be able to use certain garnishments when, you know, they both look good and taste good.
Yes.
Sometimes chefs will get, you know, ahead of themselves by trying to over garnish or over flavor, or, you know, cutting fish slices a little bit too big, because everybody likes, you know, bigger portions. Everybody likes a generous chef. But if it comes in, you know, in the way of the sushi's quality, then, you know, everything, you know, the entire experience can fall apart. So the chef needs to be able to use his intuition to be able to, you know, make slight changes to everything. Pizza, pasta, steaks, you can give anybody a recipe book and it's very easy to make consistently. But no fish is the same.
Wow.
And it always comes in a different shape and a different color and a different flavor. And you have to be able to use that intuition to make your way into making very consistent and fresh sushi.
Japanese people prefer to start with sashimi and then go to sushi. Is
Definitely.
there a specific reason?
You know, it's because people like to start off, you know, a little bit lighter. It's the same concept as eating salad before a meal, before your steak or pasta. You know, sashimi is light on the palate. It's very easy to eat, very easy to digest. So, you know, before going into some of the heavier items, the cooked items, baked and tempura, you know, they like to, you know, get their palates ready, basically.
Got it.
So,
okay, and how do you suggest to use soy sauce?
soy sauce. Now, soy sauce, this is one thing that I tell everybody. You know, it is exactly how you want it to be. Now, there are lots of rumors and even myths about how you're supposed to eat soy sauce, you know, very specifically via the Japanese traditional way. But I don't think I've ever seen, you know, any original Japanese way of eating soy sauce. If you like wasabi, add a touch of wasabi. If you love wasabi, you can add a glob of it.
Perfect.
And if you want to dunk your entire, you know, piece into the soy sauce, be my guest.
You're a very kind chef. There are some strict chefs.
There are some strict
in Japanese.
chefs. There are certain items, though, that don't require soy sauce. And when those items come out, then, we do definitely make a suggestion to say, hey, this is going to be best without soy sauce. This restaurant has actually been open for a little over a year. Our flagship restaurant, which is located in Montrose on Honolulu Avenue, has been operational for about 6 years.
I loved it. Okay.
Yeah, and so we've kind of built up a nice clientele base within the community.
Congratulations. I think your restaurant is great.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This is your basic traditional nigiri sushi. It's called nigiri. It's always 2 pieces to 1 order, and it's basically just the marinated rice with the fish on top. Sometimes you add sauces and garnishments. It just depends on where you are.
I've heard that you should eat miso soup. It's good for your digestion. Is it true or no? Does it help digestion and also the ginger too?
Miso soup, yes, it actually does. And the miso is actually based off of a bean paste, and, which is actually very good for your digestion. And it also has natural antioxidant properties. And, it's actually known to even help and prevent certain, illnesses like cancer.
Wow. John, what did you put? Sorry, I missed this part.
That is actually our house as a soy mustard dressing. It's a ponzu base.
Another signature thing, huh?
It's another signature thing, yes. And it has, whole mustard seeds in it. And
Beautiful.
all of our albacore actually comes garnished with red onions. So we'll put a slight bit of red onions on top.
Since there are a lot of Armenians, maybe I should teach you Armenian too. Armenian says shat hamova.
Shat hamova.
Which means very delicious.
Oh, shat hamova.
How to say it in Japanese? Shat hamova.
Very delicious? I don't know.
John. Come on. Okay, so the miso and the ginger. Ginger, is it to change the flavor in your mouth, or is it to digest it better?
The ginger is actually a palate cleanser.
Yes.
It's supposed to take all of the excess flavors out of your palate so that you can prepare your palate for, a new flavor or a new dish.
But I believe it also helps the digestion.
It does also help digestion, and it also tastes great.
Yes, it is. So, I'm such an addict.
So what we're going to do is, this is wasabi, and so we'll make a little bit here, stick it on the plate, and
this is the best shoot ever.
Will
I think my crew is very happy.
grab
right?
some
We're
of the
gonna
ginger.
Eat some sushi. Arigato. Thank you very much.
もうあんなとこ登っちゃダメよ。
そうかい。
1羽ならあると思うのですが。
1羽。ここいらではうずらは取れないんですか。
うずらですか。子供があんな時にそんなに酔っ払ってあまりよくわからなくて。
本当ですか。
あ
何か適当に見繕ってください。
あ、すみません。
見てくれてありがとう。